It's a crusty kind of Christmas, brought to you by ILG, selling your body's chemicals after you die. And by Little Sweetheart Cupcakes, a subsidiary of ILG.
Dear Santa, happy 2021 and 1,000 joyous holiday greetings upon you. From me, your hero, Corbin David Albaugh. I hope this letter is finding you well and in good ho-ho health. I wanted to go old school this year and write something to you with paper and pen. A very wise person once told me that stuff means more when it's handwritten. And by a wise person, I mean my therapist. That's why I try to write down things that really matter nowadays. Diary entries, grocery lists, tear-stained love letters to ex-girlfriends that I'll never send. But I'm getting off track. I hope that you can forgive my terrible handwriting. It's always been my least favorite quality about myself, right behind my morning coffee farts. At the very least, I hope it's better than the letters you get from actual kids. Do kids still write you letters nowadays, Santa? I sure hope so. I can't imagine that reading thousands of emails, texts, and DMs a day is easy on the eyes or brain. And I'm sure the kids can't spell for shit. Believe me, I've been having to grade papers for the last 2 years. You cannot imagine some of the shit I've seen, Santa. Although, I suppose you probably have a small army of elf interns to handle all your fluff mail, which is a really smart strategy. If you keep the elves tied up with useless busy work, they'll never be able to rise up and unionize. Anyway, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, all that shit I want for Christmas. So, first of all, I want to thank you for freeing Britney Spears and taking away Mark Hoppus's cancer. It's a shame you felt the need to take DMX this year, but I understand that we can't have everything. This year, I'd like you to do what you did for Mark Hoppus again, and take away Val Kilmer's cancer this time. That would be really swell, and I'm sure Val would agree. I haven't watched his documentary on Prime yet, but I heard it's pretty interesting. I would also like a Nintendo Switch and a Roomba. In addition to taking away Val Kilmer's cancer and the Switch, I would also like to ask for a reindeer of my very own. Gas prices are getting pretty unreasonable, and I personally think I would look pretty bitchin' riding to work on top of a reindeer. I know what you're thinking, Santa. Why don't you just ask me for a horse, and then ride a horse like a normal person? It's a reasonable question, Santa, but you should know I'm not some boring asshole in a diabetes commercial that rides a horse. I'm an American of the 21st century, and I choose to ride a reindeer because that's my right. It doesn't even have to be a flying reindeer either. It can be one of those boring, grounded starter reindeer. You know, just to prove I can handle it. Also, I know this might be a bit of a presumptuous question, but I've always wanted to know. How do you make the reindeer fly? Is it a diet thing? Or some sort of eugenics program? I don't have an ethical objection either way. I just want to be clear about what I'm getting into. Anyway, I sure hope that you can get these things for me, Santa, because they sure would make this the best Christmas ever. At least, I hope it does. Maybe if I say it enough, it'll be true. Things have been pretty hard for your hero this year, Santa. Ever since I stopped doing the podcast, things have been really depressing and dull. I thought that taking a step away from it all would help improve my mental health, but now I'm just bored and sad all the time. It's so bad, I watched one of those TikTok videos of an old guy listening to his favorite song from like 500 years ago, and I cried for 2 whole hours, Santa. I feel like that's slightly concerning, and now I don't know what to do. I guess, more than anything else for Christmas this year, I just want a sign. A message from the universe on what I should do next. I still feel this powerful urge to share all my stupid little thoughts on this stupid little world, while also sharing some of my favorite tunes. I just don't know what to do next. Wow, That was way easier than I thought. Thanks, Santa.